This is a kind of first look for me at the new Crysis Remastered. I am a longtime Crysis player. This was the very first game that got me into PC gaming. Back when I got out of high school, this was the this was the game to beat. This was the game to get a system that could run, and I actually had a system that could run this back in the day. I know a lot of people didn't. I was actually lucky enough that I had the oh, what the heck did I have? I had a buddy of mine helped me out with some parts. I had a buddy that way back in the day, he's not around anymore, but way back in the day, he did what you guys see me doing with computers on my YouTube, where I buy, resell, that kind of thing. I had a buddy that did that way back in the day, and he helped me out getting some decent deals on some parts, and I was able to build what was probably, I don't know, it was probably a grand and a half computer system back in the day. It was a Core 2 Quad Q6600 with initially a pair of 640 meg 8800 GTSs, but I think he eventually helped me upgrade it to a set of water-cooled 8800 Ultras at one point. And obviously that was about as good of gaming machines as you could get back in the day. But I want to do kind of a quick show of this game. I wanted to give a little bit of commentary on it, my initial impression, and just a long bit of gameplay too, maybe a half hour of solid uninterrupted gameplay. The first thing I noticed when I got into the game, actually, besides how impressively poorly it runs on my 9900K, is they have revamped the user interface. And the playability of the game is substantially higher with it. So, for example, instead of, you just E key, and that enters you into cloak mode. Q key is your armor mode. And it looks like you're always in strength mode and always in speed mode. So hitting shift to run automatically activates speed mode now, which is pretty cool. So clearly what they're shooting for here is the same overall user interface that they came up with starting with Crysis 2, and that continued on through Crysis 3. The graphics are incidental, honestly. I think that the user interface upgrades, should I say changes, no longer having to access the nano suit menu through the click wheel is a huge upgrade. I mean, that makes it so much more playable. I had so many issues once I got used to the setup on Crysis 2 and then Crysis 3. I had so many times where I would die or just not play very well as a result of having to constantly use the click wheel interface, which was just awful. So this is a lot better. As far as graphics, it runs 60 FPS until you go over to these big vistas. Let me out. So you go over there. Usually, I guess I'm not close enough right now, but usually when you're looking out and you're looking at this kind of stuff, it seems to negatively affect. Oh look, there's a guy running down there. Let's kill him. Good night. It seems like the action and the long views do definitely take the graphics down a bit. So this is, I kind of expected it to run better than this, especially because interestingly enough, it apparently can run ray tracing on my 1080 Ti. This particular setup right now is on my a Gigabyte Aorus Extreme 1080 Ti that I picked up a couple of days ago as part of the, shall we say, GPU apocalypse. I picked that card up for a couple $100. I think I paid like $300, $350 for it, something like that. I'll probably try it on my Strix card at some point, but I suspect it'll be about the same. I kind of expected it to run better than this, though, to be totally honest. But for those that asked about it, I am going to be acquiring a 3080 or 3090 as soon as the situation with stock improves, or I can find someone on Craigslist or OfferUp to give me one for what I'd want to pay for a used one. I'll probably at least try to order a... I kind of want the MSI Trio. I've got the MSI Godlike gaming motherboard for my 9900K, so I thought it'd be... my opinion of MSI has gone up quite a bit lately, and no thanks in small part to a really good warranty experience I had on my Godlike gaming, so I'm gonna give them a little more of a chance than I used to. But I kind of like the look of the MSI Trio gaming card, and I honestly don't want to pay. I'd kind of rather have the Strix, but I don't really want to pay the markup for it, and I don't think, especially because I don't do any overclocking or anything like that, I don't think it's worth the markup compared to the Trio, at least from what I've seen. It looks like it's like $100 more or something. But I'm going to get my hands on that as soon as I can, and then obviously we'll test this and see how it runs. But anyway, that's kind of my first thoughts on this. It's the first game I've actually paid for in quite a while. Hopefully I can find a cracked copy here eventually, though, because I don't mind paying for the game, but in order for me to easily demo it, it's being able to straight up copy it onto another system. Makes it easier to do vast numbers of game demo videos versus having to do an install off of like Epic or Steam every time. But we'll see how that goes. I may end up trying to put together a hard drive with a Steam library or something on it for transferring onto my systems and doing game demos with for the systems that I sell, but I haven't figured that out yet. But anyway, though, let's kill the mic here, and I'm going to turn the audio up, and we'll do a solid 30 or so minutes of gameplay, see how it runs. And actually, I just remembered, everyone is going to want to see the settings that we're running this at. Pull this up. So, I've got the kind of mid-level anti-aliasing set. I do have VSYNC set because I am running on a 240 Hz monitor, so it's not dragging my frame rate down by having a 60 Hz monitor. 1080p resolution. This is an Acer Predator XB272 for anyone that wonders what this is. And then I have... Oh, look, I thought I killed all of that. Let's kill motion blur. Motion blur. So everything's on very high. There's one setting higher. I found it drugged the graphics down too low. I'll try that once I get the 3080. But anyway, though, for those that wonder... I'll put something in the info on the file so people know where to look for this. Anyway, let's get back to the game on this one. guess I'm not as good at this as I thought I was. I was a lot better than this.
I suggest you switch to cloak and sneak in undetected.
Hostile!
Engaged.
Find him. Come with me. Loading. Come on. Move.
Engaged. Engaged.
Be on guard. Stand down. Stand down. Move on. Kill them all. Cover me.
Engaged.
Yeah. Moving on. Kill him.
Engaged.
Cameraman. Ah! Kill them.
Engaged. Engaged.
Prophet, I'm inside the communications trailer.
Check those terminals. See if you can access their tactical network.
Got it. I'm in. Downloading now. Got the intel.
I guess my real problem was that I forgot. So on this one, you have to actually activate armor. With originally the way they had it set up, it would default back to armor. Anytime you deactivated shield or strength mode or speed mode, it would automatically default back to armor. But with the way they have it set up now, it defaults, it looks back to strength mode, and then shift activates speed mode. But if you want armor, you have to manually activate it. So that's a little different. So I think that's what was getting me, was that I wasn't activating that armor mode anyway. So I don't actually suck that bad. I was actually playing with no armor, so I was actually doing halfway decent.
Reloading.
It's close.
Move up.
Engaged. approaching a line of KPA defenses. Use grenades to blast your way through.
Okay, so that's another difference. The grenades in the original implementation were controlled separately. It looks like the way they have this set up, the grenades are actually part of your weapons wheel, which is kind of cool. I was wishing for that when I was playing the original just the other day.
Energy critical. Engaged.
Where's the sound? Tell me that. Hey, what was that?
Energy critical.
Nomad, get to the rendezvous ASAP. There's something here you need to see.
What have you got, Prophet?
Just get up here. You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
On my way.
개집애 같은 거 봐.
Come on, move, move!
Did you see it? Where'd it go?
This way, come on, move!
Bloody hell, did you see that thing?
Stay on track. We gotta find Chester. To the east. Let's go, let's go! Keep after him. Go, go!
So if anyone's curious as far as the load times here are concerned, this is running off of an SSD, a decent one too. I think it's like I thought it was maybe a Samsung 860 Pro 512 M.2, but it could be an 850. I don't honestly remember. I know it was a decent Samsung SSD, so that gives you an idea of load times. I thought people might be curious on that.
We're dropping like flies.
Energy critical.
Eyes open, boys. KPA Comms Center up here. Watch my back, Nomad. Cypher, cover us.
On it.
Nomad, you with me? God damn! Nothing but files. Area looks good. Move in on that trailer. I'm gonna access the KPA secure channel. Nomad, you and Psycho secure the perimeter. All right, listen up. The KPA are holding a civilian hostage in the village about a click ahead. Could be one of Rosenthal's. Nomad, I need you to infiltrate the village and gather any intel you can. I'll stay here and monitor incoming comms. Your priority is to find that hostage, understood?
Understood.
Psycho will provide support as soon as we're done here.
Slow. Intel suggests snipers and armored patrols up ahead. I'm moving out to secure a rendezvous location. I'll keep you briefed.
Nomad, I'll take the high ground. Confirm when you're inside the village.
Guys aren't gonna believe this, but it sounds like General Richan Kyong is in charge of the whole operation.
The guy behind that massacre a few years back, but why would he be here?
I don't know, but watch your backs. These guys are hardcore.
Energy critical.
What the hell?
Engaged. Engaged.
tactical network.
Engaged.
Open fire! Lost him! Where is he?
Engaged.
Coming fire!
Engaged. Engaged. Engaged.
Men down! Get ready!
Engaged. Engaged.
Take it!
Energy critical. Engaged. Engaged.
Let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Move!
Engaged. Engaged.
Heads up. We now have exact coordinates. The contact is being held in the school. Check your nav.
They're tracking something on the monitor. Looks like a naval fleet heading our way.
Must be the cavalry. An entire fleet just for us.
That's not your concern. Stay focused on finding that hostage.
Engaged. Engaged. Energy critical. Probe engaged. Probe engaged.
Incoming fire!
Nomad, secure the building. I'm right behind you.
Engaged. Engaged. Engaged.
Fight for a quick tap, 양치들.
Engaged.
What was that?
Engaged.
Covering fire!
Engaged.
This close, keep looking. Grenade! We have a member!
Armor.
양치 새끼들!
Engaged.
어디 뛰고? Lost contact. I find you. I heard a noise.
Engaged. Engaged.
Man down! Man down! Yeah! Ready go! Ready go! We won't get far. Move out!
Engaged.
I lost it.
Engaged.
I find you.
Engaged.
I find you. Lost target. Move now.
Energy critical. Engaged.
Jungle can be very dangerous.
You have no right to hold on.
Got your six, boss.
Prophet, located one of the archaeologists.
Heads up, Nomad. We've got a KPA armored division heading this way. You've got to take them out, or I can extract the civilian.
Energy critical.
I'm still seeing armor out there. Clear a path. I'll get the hostage out. Okay, the armor's clear. We're getting ready to move.
Nomad, proceed to the rendezvous point.
Roger.
Engaged.
You must be close.
Engaged.
Where did he go? cover fire! Daddy, I'm taking it out!
Engaged.
Lost target! Motherfucker! Covering fire! Take him all out! Hostile! Kill them!
Engaged.
Moving on! Kill him! Moving on! Move! Cover me! Kill
Engaged.
Move now! Fire! Kill him! Move! Move!
Engaged.
We have a man!
Engaged.
이런 자지 같은 새끼들! Contact lost!
Engaged. Engaged.
Need cover fire!
Maximum armor.
Okay, so this should be a nice, good long look at what to expect on Crysis Remastered, particularly on, oh look, I think I just hit a mine, particularly on, you know, maybe a 1.5, maybe half generational gaming desktop like this. I've got the 9900K, which is still pretty much current gen, and then I've got the older 1080 Ti video card, which is a generation old, so yeah, half generation old, super high-end machine. But anyway, I hope everybody finds this interesting and informative, and thanks for watching the video.